Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this video we are going to check out VeChain's price chart. And if you remember, in the previous update we were right in here and I was calling for a correctional structure potentially into a wave 4 and then probably another move on the upside into our wave 5, and that actually happened. Now, two very important points. Number one, in VeChain at the moment we are around a very important daily and I think also H4 time frame area of supply, so maybe we are going to get a rejection from here. Also, in terms of Elliott waves, there is a chance that maybe this is a complete impulse support here, and what happens after a 5 wave is over, you know the deal, we're gonna have some sort of a move down, and here is how I can argue this is a complete impulse. This can be 5 wave up into a wave 1, correction structure into our wave 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into wave 3, running flat into 4, and another 5 wave on the upside into wave 5, indicating maybe soon this move up is going to come to an end. But there's a catch in here. I do not believe this is actually going to be my primary case. Why is that? The reason for why this is not really my primary scenario actually comes down to the subwaves and specifically this move up right in here. Because if you want to say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then okay, into your wave 1, you need to be able to find an impulse on the upside. And let's go on 15-minute chart, zoom in more. Okay, as you can see, starting from this point to about here, this seems a lot like just a simple 3-wave movement, maybe an ABC zigzag or maybe a WXY, generally some sort of a corrective movement and not an impulse. And that's why I want to say maybe in VeChain this is not happening. Instead, we may have from here to about this point, sure, a wave 1, excuse me, this might be correction for wave 2, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into wave 3, correction for 4, another move up into wave 5, and on a higher degree, if we are actually bullish, maybe this is into wave 1, correction for wave 2, another move up into wave 3, and we may see soon a consolidation pattern into our wave 4 and yet another move up into wave 5. If we see something like this in VeChain happening, I would say probably in the next 2 weeks, that could be a beautiful bullish sign indicating probably some sort of a midterm low in VeChain is actually in. Now, this is not the point of today's update because sure, we may see a move down even from the current point, but something very, very bullish happened in here. Let's go around this area. Okay, so you see in a downtrend, we are having basically a series of lower highs and lower lows. And question, when can we say this downtrend is over? If you are a regular viewer of the main channel, you probably know the answer. When we see a move up, and in that move, we manage to take the previous major pivot high right in here. And I believe this is exactly what happened in VeChain. Let's go on maybe like H4 time frame. Yes, there we go. So what do we have starting from this high? This is a low, a high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. There we go, and so on and so forth. But pay attention, in this recent move up, which happened in the last, I'm gonna say 12 hours, we actually took this important major pivot high, which in my books is definitely an optimistic sign, indicating in VeChain maybe the downtrend has come to an end and we are in here quite optimistic and bullish. So this was, I believe, the most bullish sign that happened in VeChain recently, and that's why I am now a bit optimistic than before. I just need to see a consolidation pattern in here and then another move up in order for me to be much more bullish with a lot more confidence. Now, let's go on some higher time frames and see what is happening in indicators and then wrap up today's update. There we go. So what is happening in MACD? As you can see, we are having a sell signal, and in stock RSI, this is a fantastic sign because we are having a buy signal, and this happened around the oversold region, which means this signal does actually have quite a bit of validity. Now, if you do not want to be involved in any kind of short-term price action, I would like to suggest to just wait a little bit more and see also a buy signal in MACD, and at that point you can be like much more bullish with a lot more confidence. And the same setup actually happened right in here. And what did we have next from this point about, let's say like the 2.8 cents area? We had like a 200% move on the upside. So overall, it seems like that we want to be bullish in VeChain, and in terms of indicators in weekly chart, we are kind of, I would say, on the right direction. Now, in daily time frame, what is happening? As you can see, we are having a buy signal in MACD and stock RSI at the same time, which is fair enough, a good rate sign. But pay attention to stock RSI and the fact that at the moment we are very much around the overbought area, indicating again maybe soon we're gonna get a move down. But like we said it earlier, the move down itself is not really that important. What really matters is the shape of our move. If we get a slow and choppy move, meaning a corrective movement, that could be a very bullish sign. On the other hand, if we get like a very strong move down without a whole lot of overlapping of the waves, well, okay, maybe not so much. Now, if you care about what is happening maybe in the next 24 to even 48 hours, I think your answers are actually on H1 time frame. Why is that? Because pay attention to this. On the live chart, we are having basically a series of higher highs. However, in MACD, what is going on? These are a series of lower highs. So basically, we are having in this area a bearish divergence, and this is the key. A bearish divergence by itself is a negative sign, suggesting bulls are running out of power, and maybe soon we're going to get a move down. However, the moment that we get in MACD a break of this divergence line, at that point we can say the divergence is invalidated, and that is going to, in most cases, I would say, cause a relatively sharp and strong move on the upside. So if you want to say we're going to get a move down in VeChain, well, okay, you do not want to see a break of this H1 time frame divergence line in MACD. Get a break of it. At that point, we are most likely going to see a relatively sharp move up. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in VeChain's price chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.